Hello everyone, this is part 9 for the class 10th civics first chapter, that is the power sharing. Students, I have shared a PDF related to this chapter, so you can go through it on your WhatsApp group. And students, in our last part I left you with a question that what was the result of the variety in Sri Lanka, or the what was the result or effect of the different linguistic group, different religious group in Sri Lanka. So in this particular part I am going to tell you the answer of that question, that what was the result. In this connection, the first result was majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Now we get a question in our mind that what is the mean of the majoritarianism. So look, majoritarianism is a concept which signifies a belief that the majority community should be able to rule a country in whichever way it wants, by disregarding the wishes and needs of the minority. If we want to say in one sentence, majoritarianism means rule of majority, full domination of majority, means a neglection of the wishes and needs of the minority. And the second result was the struggle of making Tamil as an official language. In our last part I told you that there are Sinhal spoken people and Tamil spoken people. So there was a struggle between the Sinhal spoken people and Tamil spoken people, that which language should be an official language. So Tamil also demanded for the official language as a Tamil as an official language. And the third one is the conflict between the two communities turned into a widespread conflict, and it soon turned into a civil war. And soon the widespread conflict become and turned into civil war. Okay, these were the results of the differences in Sri Lanka. Now come to the next point, that is the accommodation in Belgium. Students, now I am going to tell you about the Belgian model of the accommodation, and this is the model that is the world famous for the accommodation. I told you in the last part that Belgium was also the full of variety, full of differences, means French spoken, Dutch spoken, German spoken people, two main regions that were uh, Flemish and Wallonia. So there were also so many differences, so many diversities as like our India. But what was the their planning for the accommodation? Look, the constitution prescribes that the number of the Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in the central government. So in this connection they planned that in the central government there will be equally divided seat for the minister of the both community, French speaking and Dutch speaking. Okay. Second, many powers of the central government have been given to the state government of the two regions of the country, and two regions means Flemish and Wallonia region. And the third, Brussels, the capital of Belgium, has a separate government in which both communities have equal representation. Students, if you remember that in our last part I told you that Brussels was the capital of Belgium, and in Brussels there was the majority of the uh, French spoken and minority of the Dutch spoken. But in opposite to it, in overall country there was a majority of the Dutch spoken and minority of the French spoken. But in their capital it was totally opposite. So avoid the conflict, they make a third government, that is the community government, have equal representation. So Belgian model has worked well so far, which avoided civic strife. Civic strife means civil war. Okay, so this model avoided the civic strife between two major communities, and country remains united, and in this way they became united. Okay, now a question comes in our mind that what is the need of the power sharing. We have two sets of the reasons here. Two different sets of the reason reflect the need of the power sharing. But in this connection, the first is the prudential set of the reasons and the second is the moral set of the reason. Okay, what is this? Come to be understood. It stresses that power sharing will bring out better outcomes. Okay, if we have the model of power sharing, it will bring out the better outcomes than the other system. Okay, the second is the it helps to reduce the possibility of conflict. If we share the power, it will reduce the possibility of the conflicts. Okay, and there remain the unity. And the third one is the good way to ensure the stability of the political order and also the stability of our political order. Okay, it ensure the stability of the political order. And the next, it emphasized that the act of power sharing is valuable, and it also emphasized on this fact that it is very valuable. Power sharing is very valuable, and power sharing is the very spirit of democracy. It is a spirit of democracy, and people have the right to be consulted on how they are to be governed. And as you know, in democracy, we want how we want, and we can decide, and we can elect our government, and we choose that how could we be governed. Okay, so I think you have understood all the points related to the need of the power sharing and Belgian model of the accommodation and result of the variety in the Sri Lanka. So students, now your homework is that you have to prepare, you have to form the maximum question from the each and every part whatever I shared with you. Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, this is part 10 civics chapter first, that is power sharing. Students, in our last part I told you about the need of the power sharing and the Belgium model of the accommodation and result of the varieties in the Sri Lanka. In this part I am going to tell you about the different forms of the power sharing. So student, you can see I have a flow chart by which you can understand better the forms of the power sharing. The first form of the power sharing is horizontal distribution of the powers. Second is the federal government and vertical division of the power. And the third is the community government. The fourth is the coalition government, and the fifth is the different interest groups. Now you can see the detail these different kinds of the power sharing. The horizontal the first one is the horizontal distribution of the powers. The horizontal distribution of powers, also you can see that is the power is shared in the different organs of the government. What are the different organs? You can see by the flow chart. First is the legislature, second is the executive, and the third is the judiciary. Okay, federal government and vertical division of powers. Federal, it is also called the federal government and vertical division of the powers. Okay, vertical, union government, state government, and local government. Okay, it is called vertical because the power is divided in the levels, different levels of the government, and it is called horizontal because it is divided into the different organs of the government. These are the organs of the government. Okay, and these are the levels of the government, means central government, state government, local government. And you also know that local government also divided in sub parts, that is the Jila Panchayat, Gram Panchayat, municipal corporation, etc. So students, I think you have understood the different kinds of the power sharing. Now I am going to tell you about the description of this power sharing. Horizontal distribution of the powers. Power shared among different organs of the government such as the legislature, executive and judiciary. This arrangement is horizontal distribution of the powers because it allows different organs of the government placed at the same level to exercise different powers. For example, the judges are appointed by the executive, but they can check check the functioning of the executive or laws made by the legislature. This arrangement is called a system of check and balance. Means they can check the work of each other. That is called the check and balance system. The second is the federal government and the vertical division of powers, means in levels. I told you upper level, lower level and below lower level. Okay, power can be shared among government at different levels. A general government for the entire country and the government at the provincial or regional level. At the provincial or regional level, such a government for the entire country is usually called federal government, and central government and union government also. In different countries it is called by the different names: union government, federal government, central government. In India we refer to it as the central or union government. That is also called the vertical division of power. This is what is found in Belgium, and this model also found in Belgium, but not in Sri Lanka. It is known as federal division of powers. The same principle can be extended to power levels of the government like the municipality and panchayat. And next was community government. Power may also be shared among different social groups such as the religious and linguistic groups. Community government in Belgium is a good example of this arrangement. I told you in our last part that Belgian model of the accommodation is the world famous model, and in the capital of the Belgium, that is Brussels, they also have the community government. Okay, next is the coalition government. In democracy, power is shared among different political parties that represent different ideologies and social groups. That is called the coalition government. Coalition government is the like a treaty or like a allied power. Next is the different interest groups. In a democracy, we find the interest groups like traders, businessmen, and industrialist workers